detox your life with itstheg.com. G gang, where you at? Holla back. All right now. I want to hear you in the comments. Let me know. Be part of the family. Let's have a good time. Let's have some good conversations. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. You know, we talk about detox in our lives, spirit, mind, and body. So we don't just focus on the physical. We focus on everything. So if you have parasites or parasitic influences or people that just suck your energy, then darling, I think it's time for a detox, okay? It's time for you to get a detox. It's time for your family to get a detox. It's time for the world to just detox. So much is going on. So much toxins. So much toxic energy all around us is happening right now. And honestly, when I look at it from like an outside standpoint, because I'm the type of person that I always say that I'm in this world, I'm not of it. So the things that are happening in like around me don't affect me. I'm just kind of within it all because, you know, I find ways to protect myself and make sure that I'm good. But you still have to be cautious out here. So with this whole pandemic thing, I'm just ready for it to be over. And honestly, I don't feel like it's too much of a major threat to where we have to continue on with how the world is going as far as like the mask and stuff. I truly feel that it's just time to do away with it. And quite frankly, shoot, I've been walking into the stores, I've been walking into these places, and I ain't been wearing that mask just because, first of all, when you want to really get in depth with it, according to the Constitution, you can't be forced to put anything on your person, on your body. And also, you know, you can't breathe. And honestly, when I wear the mask, it actually makes it worse for me than when I don't have a mask. So if I wear my mask, my nose starts running in, I want to be coughing and stuff. And I'm like, how is this supposed to be helping me? But when I ain't got it, but whatever. Let me not get all into that. But I'm just like, I'm over it. And I know y'all are over it too. You know, it's just going to have to take for people to stand up and say, you know what, I ain't wearing these again. I ain't wearing these masks. Because what happened now is, it's now, I'm sure it's $1 billion industry by now. Masks. Now you got people wanting to wear all the fancy masks. They want to wear all them cute little masks. And honestly, once they find a way to monetize something and it becomes lucrative, they're gonna try to find a way to keep it within our normal day-to-day. But honestly, I put my foot down. This gotta end. It gotta be done. I just want to go back to just a normal reality. But apparently, who knows when that would happen. I'm just kind of gonna wait around and kind of see what happens after these elections. Now this is going to be interesting. And you know, I don't really like to pay attention to politics and too much, but it's one of those times where you want to pay attention to what's going on with the shifts. Like for me personally, none of the candidates are worthy. I don't think any of them are great, and they're all bad. Like if you like, what I always say when it comes to politics is that it's the same coin. It's just what side of the coin do you want to be on the forefront of this whole craziness that happens in our political system. You know, you know what they call politics? Politics, many ticks, because they're parasites that feed off the energy of the people. And I honestly feel like we seriously need a new system. We need a new system in place. But the thing is, how do we get there? And it just takes, you know, time, and we gotta figure it out. We all gotta come together, and just create a new reality. I feel like as spiritual beings, as people here on this realm, this earth, this third dimensional realm, we should be able to control our realities in our lives, because that's just the law of nature. The law of nature is for us to have this human experience as spiritual beings. And honestly, I didn't sign up to have this type of experience. And which is crazy. So the elections are coming up. People are going through this craziness with this COVID, and everybody in their fear-based mentalities around it. And what's happening is it's shifting our focus from actually manifesting the lives that we desire. Because we're too caught up in the system. We're too caught up in what's going on externally. And so I think now is more important that we focus on internally for ourselves. And I don't mean selfishly, but I mean in terms of, you know, ensuring that our vibrational frequencies are elevated. Because on destruction, poverty, I mean, all the negative things that we don't want attached to us are all associated with low vibrations. Everything in the universe is vibrations. Everything in the universe is frequency. So when you have this fear-based mentality with this whole pandemic, it's just going to take you down to a level of low vibrations. And that's when you start to manifest all the BS that comes along with it. So what we need to do, first and foremost, is to focus on ourselves. Focus on loving ourselves. You know, stop being caught up in so much of the media, like the news and like the radio or whatever, newspaper, whatever you listen to. Even here, you could tell I'm so out of date. The internet. Stop looking at the stuff that they try to push on you on the internet, and control what you put into your subconscious, but also be aware of what's going on. But what you want to really focus on, and the reason why we focusing on detoxing and cleansing, is because we got to get our bodies operating right. We got to make sure we are cleansing ourselves from the types of food that we're eating in this world, because that's all a part of an agenda too. And when you eat certain foods, especially the Western diet, that is, first of all, not designed to be holistic and healthy, and it's not designed to be high vibration food. It's designed to be low vibration. It's designed to keep you in a state of I would say paralysis of the mind. Mind paralysis, because it's clogging your brain to the point that you can't even think clear. If you're somebody who drinks a lot of cow milk and eats a lot of dairy, what's happening is it's creating mucus, and what that does is block your third eye, pineal gland, and you're not able to see visually clear on what you need to be doing. So what I have been doing is I'm taking a Kemetic yoga, darling. And if you are somebody who has heard of Kemet, it's ancient Egypt, pretty much. So the land known as Egypt used to be Kemet, which means land of the black. And it goes way back into ancient civilizations. It's the people that created and built the pyramids, and it's not built from like slaves or anything like that. They didn't build the pyramids based on any functionalities that we have today. They were on a higher vibration to be able to build, to be able to build and move those things. But that's a whole nother video to get into. But the reason why I wanted to say that is that we need to get our vibrational frequency back to that level. And so the yoga I'm doing actually helps to heal certain trauma within our bodies, certain mind things that we need to heal from. Because some people out here, y'all walking around, running around here with trauma, especially if you in the black community. Within the black community, which I feel like we need to get back to our culture anyway. That's why I'm representing for the Gullah Geechee. That's part of my culture. And we need to get back to a place of wholeness and getting connected with who we are culturally. So I say it's time to start really looking down your bloodline, your family line, and figuring out who the heck you are, you know what I'm saying, and where you come from. Because we are very lost because of what we have endured in terms of from our ancestors when they were slaves, when they were enslaved. We're still holding on to a lot of the trauma that they had. And then we're going into this crazy world with that same trauma. And as you notice, everything is getting crazy. And people's mindset, you got the wrong influences for the children. So it's just time to do some good meditative breathing. Start taking some deep breaths. Did you know that literally can change your whole life and your whole mindset just by taking a deep ass breath. And stop talking about you can't breathe. You can breathe. And I understand that's the slogan for like the Black Lives Matter thing. Yeah, don't start saying that, because what you say to yourself will and can manifest, or shall I say can and will manifest into your life. So you walking around with your mask talking about I can't breathe, and next thing you know, you ain't gonna be able to breathe because you're clogging up the air, your air passages to get to your lungs. No, learn how to breathe right. Take a deep breath from the diaphragm and heal. Think clear. I don't want to go too much on a tangent, but ever since I started doing this yoga, ever since I really started getting my mind focused and really elevating my frequency, I have realized a lot of changes in my life in terms of manifestation, and really on a path to my divine purpose in life. And there was a time where I didn't even see it on the horizon before, and because I was so distracted by external things. But once I really started to channel myself inwards is when I started to notice that I was starting to manifest a lot of things in my life, a lot of opportunities. I went to an event the other day and I met some really good connections that it all seemed divine. It wasn't like, just some BS. It was literally divine connections in terms of, yo, like this is like my soulmate family. Like these are the people that are on my frequency and we ready to elevate levels. And that's what we are about here on Detox Your Life, darling, with It's the G. That's what we're about. We're about detoxing ourselves of the parasites and the craziness that can accumulate in our gut, because it affects our brain. And we have parasites, and if you stay tuned, I'm going to do a lecture soon about parasites. But we have parasites that sit in our gut, and we wonder why we have increased appetites, and those parasites can get to our brain. Now, you probably don't even know. Half of us, who knows? I wouldn't say me, but there's a lot of us walking around with parasites in our brains, and that's why we thinking crazy. But even if the parasites are in our guts, it still can affect the way we think, because we have neurons, of course, all throughout our bodies. So just be mindful of that. Be mindful that you need to be mindful of yourself and your body and how you're operating in this world, because it's getting crazier and crazier, especially with these elections. Oh my gosh. And just so conveniently, all of a sudden here go Trump getting COVID, getting the damn disease and shit. Like, just conveniently right before the elections, he catches the stuff. Now, it makes you kind of think, does he really have it, or is it some kind of ploy? What do they have, really on the agenda, you know what I'm saying, in terms of, let's keep the people distracted. Don't be distracted. And the only way to don't be distracted is to focus on your damn self and your own health, and making sure you're on the path to healing. As you see, I take my tea. I make sure I put good herbs in my body. I mean, I'm not perfect even when it comes to eating still. But, I'm learning to get there, and I'm learning to help others get on that path as well. And and it was crazy because I was like, how the world's going crazy when I can look at the freaking ballot, the little voting ballot, and Kanye West is on that mug. Really? How did he make it on that? Kanye West is on the ballot. Now, what if everybody thought it'd be a joke, right? And say, hey, how about we all just vote for Kanye West? And what if he actually won? What would y'all do? What would that be like? Wouldn't that be crazy? My daughter was telling me, she was like, voting for Kanye West is like voting for Trump. I'm like, look, as far as I'm concerned, when I look at that ballot and I look at like the main people, I don't feel like they would never be concerned about my best interests as a black woman, as an African woman. As long as you have white males that are running or in office, or even white women, they will never be in favor of anybody that don't look like them. They're always going to be in favor of them. So for us to even think that they would even be there for us on any type of level to even really be in our best interest, the only thing they want us to do is sit down, shut up, and get out the way. But yet they want to take our culture, they want to take our money, they want to take our energy. They just don't want us running this. Like, oh, we'll run this. But look what y'all motherfucking doing. You're running this shit, you're running this whole country, you're running this whole world, you're running this whole reality into the damn motherfucking ground. And I'm not trying to cuss, darling, but you're running it into the ground. Maybe, just maybe, it's time for a different face. And I'm talking about a different mentality. I'm talking about a whole different mentality, conscious mentality to run this reality. And we need to figure something out. But I can get passionate on that, but I ain't gonna get too passionate on that, because considering, you know, who runs these channels, these platforms, but check me out, instag.com. Keep following. I also have a podcast, so make sure y'all check out the podcast. I can probably get away with a lot more of what I want to say up on air. So make sure you go to Detox Your Life Podcast on instag.com, darling, and we will talk about it. But I also want to hear what you got to say and what you think about all this craziness going on right now. So make sure you comment below. Let me know what's going on. All right, and then let me know how you're manifesting your life and your reality, and where do you sit on the side of the fence? Because at the end of the day, when you meet anybody, when you're around anybody, you got to know what angle they coming from. Because people are going to come from all kind of angles. Because this is a game, baby. This is a game. Shoot, you play chess? This is the game. But this game, you got to really understand and know where people are coming from. People can come like they conscious, all in your face. But then you really start getting to talking to them. And you be like, oh, they're just as blind as the man up down the street. Shoot. Anyway. But I don't want to take too long. I don't want to make this video too long. I just wanted to come here and say that hope y'all all are doing well. And I want you to definitely consider working on mindfulness and just kind of getting yourself and your vibrational frequency to a higher state. Because another thing that's going to help your vibrational frequencies is to ensure, because your organs in your body also have their own vibrations. So what you want to do is just ensure that they are as healthy as they possibly can, so that they can continue operating on their own vibrational frequency. Because when you're not eating right and you're eating a lot of dead processed foods, then it's lowering the vibrations of your organs. And that's what's going to eventually lead to dis-ease in the body. So we talked about balance. Like I talked about the pH in the last video, like your pH levels, but you also have to consider your frequency levels and the fact that everything operates on a frequency. So it's time to really start thinking on a higher level, because this is evolution. This is what evolution is. Evolution is all about evolving our minds. Like our bodies will evolve, but the first thing that has to evolve is, of course, we have to evolve spiritually. But in order to recognize that we are evolving spiritually, we must be mentally in tune with the evolution. So you have to evolve your mind. You have to start reading, and you have to really start taking in the fact of what is real reality. Real reality is the fact that we are vibratory beings, we are spiritual beings having a human experience, and we have the right to choose, and we have the right to manifest and live the life that we truly desire to reach our higher purpose. So that is what we should be focusing on. You can focus on the election. It's important because we still live in this world, so we have to like prepare ourselves for the craziness that's around so that we can navigate our way through. But the way to really live is to be a state of balance and a state of peace. And the only way to get there is to be on a certain vibration of balance and a certain vibration of peace. But we will continue to work with that and work on that within this channel. So if you have rocked it out with me this long, darling, then continue to rock it out, because we will talk more in depth about that as time goes on. So thank you so much for tuning in. Sit tight. I'm gonna give you the supplement of the week. All right. So the supplement of the week is brought to you by it's called Caprice. There we go. If you can even see it, called Caprice CBD infused coffee. So it's an interesting little coffee. I'm going to show you what it looks like. Real easy. And they come in little packets, sachets like this. And what you do, you can make hot water, cold water, and pour the packet in it, stir it up, and then boom, now you have your morning coffee with a little CBD infused element. And if you don't know anything about CBD, CBD is this vastly growing element that's kind of, it's been around for a long time, but now it's really starting to get big. And CBD is a cannabinoid, and it can come from it's a longer name, but it can come from the hemp plant and as well as the cannabis sativa plant. Obviously, most CBD that you're gonna get, like the CBD in here, comes from the hemp plant, because the hemp plant contains high levels of CBD and very low levels of THC. Whereas, meaning like it has no effect. The THC in a hemp plant has absolutely no effect. It's like 0.0000001, right? And the cannabis sativa plant, as we know it as marijuana, has CBD as well, but it also has that THC, so it's not, of course, regulated in much places. So the CBD that you'll get from here comes from the hemp plant. And what I like about this when I do drink it, I'm not much of a coffee drinker, but I have drank this before, is that it gives me like this calm feel. When I take it, I don't feel jittery. I don't feel so alert and up. I feel up, but I feel kind of calm and just, I feel good type deal. Like, that's kind of how I feel when I get it. But the great thing about CBD is that we all have receptors in our body called our endocannabinoid system, and it is pretty much a system that helps regulate all the other systems in the body, because it directly affects the peripheral and central nervous systems, which of course affects everything within us, because it's our nervous system. It's with the signals that come from the brain throughout the whole body. And so when you nourish your endocannabinoid system, you nourish your systems in your body. So if you're a coffee drinker, instead of overtaxing your adrenals with all the caffeine and God knows what else is in that coffee, then you know what, get you something a little bit cleaner and try it out and see how you like it. You know, to get it, the description will be below, so make sure you try it out. If you have any more questions, let me know. But that is the supplement of the week, CBD infused coffee, and it's by the company named Tava. So check it out, drink it up, and be well. Thank you so much for checking out Detox Your Life with It'sTheG.com, where we are all about lifting and elevating to higher vibrations while cleansing out our bodies, releasing ourselves of these parasites, and I'll talk to you later. Make sure you comment. Make sure you follow me on social media. Sign up for the weekly newsletter, in which I will be giving out monthly prizes, so don't miss that, because I like to give, and I just might give out some coffee so that you can try it out for yourself. So make sure you stay locked in. Go to It'sTheG.com. Rock on.